unreal reasons, with some going homeless, others gaining unreal amounts of weight, some even having such unreal mental issues they claim they're the president of the United States. Delonte West having a promising NBA career playing alongside LeBron James, along with playing on multiple organizations, gambling and hanging around the wrong crowd after his career, led to Delonte letting himself go. Delonte entered the NBA in 2004, where he was picked up by the Boston Celtics, but his NBA career would be short-lived. During the 2009 season, while on the Cleveland Cavaliers, a lot of controversy rose from speculation between West and his teammates. Later on, Delonte was charged with unlawful possession of 2 handguns, along with a shotgun inside of a guitar case. Early in his NBA career, he would come out about some mental health issues regarding substance abuse, suicide, and his bipolar diagnosis. It was all starting to come full circle later on in his career. Delonte spoke about these issues and said, "When I first got diagnosed with bipolar, my first response was, what does that mean? It was my first time ever hearing that. I've been told that I had an emotional problem or something like that, and I was kind of moping around the house depressed." After his NBA career came to a close in 2012 with the Mavericks, Delonte tried his luck with competing overseas in China. He signed a 1-year deal with Shanghai Sharks. But after just 4 games, he left. Following his time overseas, over recent years, we haven't heard much from Delonte, aside from some photos of a certain and some disturbing pics of him looking beat down and homeless not long after. Just recently, 2 videos of Delonte were released, which showed him lifeless on the highway being beaten by a man. And the second was taken by a Maryland police officer, which showed Delonte going on a large rant, saying that he's the president of the Navy SEALs. Following the incident, former NBA player and college pal Jameer Nelson responded to the video on social media stating, "I'm sick to my stomach right now seeing this video of Delonte. To answer everybody that's been reaching out to me about his situation, all we can do is pray for him and his family and hope he seeks proper help. Mental illness is something a lot of people deal with and don't even know until it's too late. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with D. West, but he knows I'm in his corner and we'll help him get through this. Yes, I've spoken to him over the past several months to try to be there as a friend. The thing I do know is, if you're having a mental, emotional, or physical setbacks in your life, you need to talk to somebody. I mean doctor or doctors, not your parents, homeboy, wife, cousin, etc. Somebody that has credentials in helping people for what you're going through. But please be mindful when you're posting videos or pictures of somebody. You may think you're helping them, but you might be hurting them even more. People have kids, and those kids don't deserve to be embarrassed. Please, pray. This is truly a disturbing moment, but many people around the league have expressed concern. LeBron James was reportedly heartbroken when he heard the news around Delonte West, and apparently he wants Delonte in Los Angeles, where he'll spend whatever money it takes to get him back on his feet. Also reported by The Athletic, the NBA PA is trying to help West, and both the Celtics and the Mavericks have been involved. Danny Ainge also reached out to West personally, offering a helping hand and trying to give West a scouting job around DC. But Vin Baker playing 13 years in the NBA, his career earnings quickly disappeared, and that led to Vin letting himself go. From All-Star to Starbucks. Vin Baker's story is full of so much potential, but like so many other players, he got lost in the money. Vin started his NBA career out during the 1993 NBA draft, where the Milwaukee Bucks selected him with the 8th overall pick. Of course, what he was hiding throughout the better part of his career was a long history of substance and alcohol abuse.
Yeah,
Like
he was so skinny, now he's fat, bro.
Vin gained significant weight, weighing around 300 pounds. One NFL player became 600 pounds. Another became an armed robber. That's not even the worst. Despite some NBA players
I'm gonna watch that, not that.
What? I don't know how much I was hiding it or how much I was covering it up. It wasn't a situation where I'd get plastered or get wasted. I just didn't want to think about the success that I wasn't having that I had in the beginning of my career. It would be a situation where I'd try to numb myself to all the expectations. So it could be 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row, or it could be no drinking at all for a day. It was in and out. It was like binge drinking. His alcoholism became embarrassingly obvious amongst his Celtics teammates and coaches, to the point where the team suspended him and eventually had him released despite Vince claims that he was getting better. Vin also said that suspension gave me a chance at a new life, gave me a new lease on life, gave me a new chance in my career. Despite being clean for 6 months and dropping down in weight again, the damage had already been done. And for Vin, his eventual fall from the NBA can be traced back to his end with the Celtics. After being traded and released by the Knicks, Rockets, Clippers, and eventually the Timberwolves, Vin's NBA career was over in 2006. By then, he'd already relapsed into drinking, auctioned off his Olympic gold medal, and lost all of his properties, including his $3 million home in his home state of Connecticut in foreclosure. Reaching out for help, Vin reached out to Howard Schultz, who also had financial interests in Starbucks, and he got Vin a job serving coffee. Vin spoke about his journey, saying, "From school to seminary to Starbucks, I'll slowly reinventing who I was. Working at Starbucks, my paychecks looked very different than with the NBA. The interesting part is, I didn't really watch my paychecks with the Sonics, but as soon as I got a $900 check a week working full-time at Starbucks, I started paying attention. I was starting over in all aspects of life, and watching every dime I spent was a part of that. $100 million lesson was a hard one to learn, but the awesome part about it was a lesson. After getting clean and getting closer to God, becoming a minister, Vince's life was making a full 180, working his way back up into the pros by 2019. He landed a job back in the NBA as an assistant coach for the Milwaukee Bucks. And in the case of Vin Baker, he finally got that new lease on life that he was looking for. And last but not least, Vin touched on the topic of his mistakes when he said, "The biggest mistake I made was trying to keep basketball as the priority. All the flags were around me. Life is bigger than the sport itself. We have agents, fans, friends, family pushing basketball, and all the other stuff gets kind of pushed under the rug when the signs are there, that's an issue. You gotta make life the priority before someone else makes it a priority. With Lamar Odom having a very successful NBA career, most notably with the Lakers, gaining celebrity is mixed with his drive for going out, partying, and having fun, led to Odom letting himself go. Ex-husband to Khloe Kardashian, Lamar has experienced his own demons with drug abuse that affected his NBA career later down the line. After being drafted 4th overall to the Clippers in 1999, Lamar experienced a breakout game debut, putting up 30 points and 12 rebounds against the 76ers. This performance ranks as one of the greatest rookie debuts in history. Making a name for himself right from the start, his self-destructive nature would come to show early on. And by just his second season in the NBA, Odom was in hot water for failing a drug test and was suspended for 5 games. Sadly, during that offseason, coming off one of the highest career highs, you meet some of the lowest lows. An off-the-court close cousin of his was murdered. Following a day after the funeral, Lamar was a passenger in an SUV that struck and killed a teen cyclist. Back-to-back tragedies had affected him so much that he toyed with the idea of taking a break from the NBA. Ultimately, he decided to press forward, eventually being traded to the Dallas Mavericks at the start of the 2011-2012 season. And after a rocky first few months for the Mavericks, Lamar was listed as inactive and spoke out saying, Mavericks and I mutually agreed that it's in the best interest of both parties for me to step away from the team. Certain things don't work out better for both of us. I wish the Mavs organization, my teammates, and Dallas fans nothing but continued success in the defense of that championship. Legal troubles would arise during this time as well. Where in 2013, he was arrested for a DUI. Following his one-year return to the Clippers, Lamar became a free agent. Now shaky marriage with his then-wife Khloe Kardashian would reach a breaking point after she found out about Lamar's unfaithfulness. Lamar spoke about his actions saying, one of the darkest places I've ever been was when I was in a motel room, getting high with this chick. My wife at the time walked in. I probably was like rock bottom. First of all, I was in a motel. I'm a millionaire. I made it out of Jamaica, Queens, won 2 NBA titles. I'm in a motel with some random person doing drugs. But I just wanted to get high with this girl. I had no other place to go. I couldn't take her home. I was being a scumbag. Khloe also spoke about the situation saying, Lamar was so great at making me feel like I was the only one from this princess. I never speculated cheating, but I didn't know about the cheating until before the DUI. It is humiliating on any level. When I found out he was cheating on me the majority of our marriage, I just didn't know. Just a year later, Lamar's drug abuse spiraled out of control. He picked up an unshakable addiction to cocaine. That point in my life, I was doing coke every day. Pretty much every second of free time that I had, I was doing coke. I couldn't. I was addicted to coke.
Huh? Coke. That boy need a map.
He was addicted to cocaine.
Oh.
He was addicted to coke.
That boy need a map. Chicken. I seen that video background. Chicken. Zen. Oh, that boy need a map. Woo-hoo. Zen, let's get it. Big Zen. You feel me? Chicken nugget. Ooh. Come on. Come on.
Damn, he got addicted to this.
Huh?
Yeah, he got addicted to coke. And don't say the full thing.
Come on.
Control. His addiction would eventually catch up to him. In 2015, he was hospitalized after being found. I never speculated cheating, but I didn't know about the cheating until before the DUI. It is humiliating on any level. But I found out he was cheating the majority of our marriage. I just didn't know. Just a year later, Lamar's drug abuse
what's up, bro?
Control. He picked up an unshakable addiction to cocaine.
Turn out your microphone.
Coke every day. Pretty much every second of free time that I had, I was doing coke. I couldn't control it. His addiction was
you played 2K?
In 2015, he was hospitalized after being found unconscious in a brothel in Nevada.
You say you playing 2K?
Multiple heart attacks, strokes, he was in a comatose state.
You trying to join my corner if you want me?
4 days. The situation was so bad that Khloe had a
I can't really hear you, to be honest with it, because it's loud tablet.
But now without a wife and an addiction that needed his full attention to treat, he didn't think he was going to be...
Tell me, she was looking for the earpods, they're right there.
What?
The earpods?
Oh, I don't know.
After his daughter spoke to him,
you gonna use them?
Rehab, he would never never touch drugs again. She said this was
I'm break.
everyone should be here. With the recent passing of
I don't play Fortnite.
Him and Lamar were of course teammates who shared the bond during their time in LA. Lamar spoke out after stating that Kobe was one of the
I play Fortnite, but
throughout his recovery process.
right now,
Visited him during the 2015 situation. But Johnson going down as one of the best.
hold up.
His legacy off the court remains the same.
I'm gonna hop on Fortnite in a little bit. Hold
What
up.
happened to Magic? Coming into the league, Magic dominated the NBA as a rookie, averaging 6 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, and 7 assists per game. He would later go on to lead the Lakers to 5 championships, leading the NBA in assists for 4 years, being voted MVP 3 times. All the success occurred right before
Big Zen.
after just 13 seasons in the NBA. After a routine physical
Hello, watch this.
before the 1991-1992 season, it was discovered that Magic tested positive for HIV. Of course, this was during a time where HIV and AIDS was widely considered to be a major disease, and it was 5 years before the invention of the HAART treatment, which was a medical treatment that made HIV a disease that could be lived with. He promptly announced his immediate retirement from the game in a press conference interview in 1991, saying, "Because of the HIV virus that I've attained, I'll have to retire from the league today." I just want to make it clear, first of all, that I do not have an AIDS disease, and I know a lot of you concerned. My wife is fine. She's
God, that's the loudest tablet I ever heard. Yeah, I'm good at 2K. I know it's loud.
would have probably told you that he wasn't going to make it long. By that time, over 30,000 Americans had their lives cut short because
What you said? Oh, hold on. I think I know the reason. Hello?
Just a short announcement stating his medical state and a slow walk off the podium.
You know, I'm gonna just join the party on my iPad. Cause right now, I'm gonna put the AirPods in.
How he believes he got the virus when he said, "Usually the women waiting for us would pretend
Hold
to an autograph, but you might sign that autograph and write down your room number beside your signature."
Hold up, stay inside the party. I'm finna join the party on my iPad and then I'll connect my mic.
Of the women I've talked to, nobody has tested positive, at least not yet.
Then I'm on mute.
This fueled the HIV and AIDS movement so much that everyone took part in trying to solve and cure this huge problem. His life, however, would never be the same, now having to ingest dozens of drugs a day to treat the virus. His health would now have
You said what?
Imagine he even spoke about being scared for the outcome when he said,
I'm finna hop on Fortnite right now.
"I wasn't scared to announce it, I wasn't scared of the media.